Want to check out a place in the south of India known for their silk? Stay tuned. Welcome back, Travel Nation, to the Traveling Cheesehead. I'm Cheesehead Girl, and if we're meeting for the first time, thanks for finding my channel. Give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. On this channel, we do everything from sharing planning tips and tricks from my journeys around the world, lessons I've learned along the way, do some product reviews on travel related items, and then share my journey as a YouTuber. This video is all about Mysore. We're going to check out the silk capital of India. It is a really cool destination that needs to be on your itinerary on your next trip to southern India. First stop on this incredible journey to Mysore is the Mysore Palace. Now, this place is huge, as you would expect with any palace. It is very ornate. The grounds are well kept. It will take you a good couple hours to go through this immense place, but it's well worth the trip. Now, what I will give you is some little insider tips here. First of all, you can take photos and video anywhere on the grounds, but keep in mind, they restrict photography on the inside. They ask you for no photos inside the actual palace. Now, I believe that could be because it is still owned by the royal family. I believe that they still may live there and that they really only want photography outside of the building since it is a private residence. Now, I could be wrong about that information, but that's what I recall. What I will tell you though is that I didn't exactly follow the rules. Yeah, so don't do what I did, don't be me, but I did sneak some photos, so I'm gonna show them right here. Any case, anytime that it says photography prohibited, please don't be me, because I did it, but I wouldn't recommend it. They could take your camera, could take your memory card, they could confiscate whatever you're taking the photos on, or they could just simply kick you out. You don't really know what they're gonna do, so you're taking a huge risk by doing so. I don't recommend it. But those are the pictures. Any case, so go through this now. It takes a good couple hours to go through. What I highly recommend is you try to plan your trip to visit the palace closer to the end of the day when the sun is about to set. Because once you get through the palace and through the grounds and you exit right after sunset, they turn all the lights on the palace. There are thousands of lights that pop on right at sunset, and it is insanely, incredibly beautiful. So you have to visit the Mysore Palace closer to sunset so that as you're finishing up your tour of the grounds and of the palace, you can come out, head across the street, wait for those lights to pop on for some incredible photos and video. So the next stop on your trip to Mysore needs to be the Chamundi Hills section of the city. Now, there is a very famous temple grounds up on top of this hill, and it is not to be missed. It is the Sri Chamundeswari Temple and the grounds surrounding. There's actually several temples on the grounds of Chamundi Hills, so you're going to spend some time there. It's a huge complex, a huge facility, well worth the time spent. Now, I will tell you there's the main temple, which is incredibly intricate. The carvings on there are so beautiful, all out of stone. It's hard to believe that these things were created hundreds of years ago because the artwork and the craftsmanship is so incredible. They carved these things out of stone by hand before we had access to all of the power tools that are now available. So just wrap your head around that for a minute. But there are also the other two areas that you need to see. First of all, there's the Nandi Bull. He is so cool. He's this big giant bull. He's usually very decorated, has flowers on him, painting and everything like that. He's well worth a trip. He's definitely right on the complex with the temple and everything, so you can't miss them. Just kind of follow the crowd as they wander through the temple grounds. The other place is the cave temple. That is indicated by the red and white stripes that paint the whole area. And then there are steps to come back down. So it is not for the physically disadvantaged, because it is a hard trek up and down the hills. I am sure they have accommodations, but just know that if you have any issues with your knees, your back, your ankles, anything like that, you are on your feet a lot, you are climbing up hills, climbing down stairs. So there's a lot of that going on, and it's kind of physical. Not to mention you're in the South Indian heat. So there's that as well. So finally, on your way out, you're going to see this colorful statue of a demon, Mahishasara. I practiced that so hard. In any case, he's a really colorful statue. I'll show him right here. And you'll see him on the way out. He's the protector of the entire temple complex. So a very important figure in any temple are the protectors. They're kind of good demons because they're protecting the temple, so from all the bad spirits that are coming in. In any case, so that is definitely a stop. You're going to probably spend a good half day there, so plan accordingly, but it's a really not to be missed area of Mysore. So next up on the list is the Brindavan Gardens. This is a huge complex again, great way to spend a day. Beautiful fountains, as well as lots of botanicals and everything to take pictures of. It's just a really beautiful laid out area. It does get pretty busy because it is such a nice area, so just be prepared that there will be a lot of people, but it's just a really nice big open air space. The fountains are pretty cool, and they do have like a little bit of a fountain show that goes on, so well worth the trip out to that area. So another area to go that is in complete contrast architecturally with the rest of Mysore and even a lot of India is St. Filomena's Cathedral. This is a Gothic style cathedral that has the two large spears going all the way up. Really reminds me of the cathedral in Cologne, Germany, with the very large spears that go up. It's a really beautiful building, like I said, in complete contrast architecturally to anything else that you've seen really in India. And I said I really felt almost as if I was in Europe when we went there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful cathedral, well worth the time to go in. You can explore the inside as well as the out. Just again, anytime you're going to a religious site, whether it's a temple or a church, please be respectful. Make sure you are covered appropriately, speak in a lower volume voice, everything like that, because people are there to pray and we're just tourists, so we're visiting, but don't be disrespectful. So another stop on the journey is the Krishna Raja Sagara. This is another great stop for you to explore and see, and I will leave links to everything I'm talking about below so you can go look it up, see if it fits in your itinerary, and make sure you make a stop there. Finally, my favorite stop on the entire trip is the silk factory. Now, there are a lot of silk factories in Mysore. Mysore is kind of known for its silk. It's actually something I knew about when we first went there. Being from a fashion background, I had heard of Mysore silk, that it was amongst the finest silks in the entire world, and they are very known for their silk saris. Now, we went to one particular factory and showroom, which was the KSIC Silk Factory and Showroom in Mysore. It was very neat that we were allowed to take a tour of the grounds and of the factory. We were able to walk through the workrooms, even speak to the workers a little bit if we wanted to, and ask questions of how they did what they were working on. So we got to see the large weaving looms, we got to see the planning room and the artist room where they draw out the intricate designs that eventually go into the silk saris. We were able to see how they produce the different qualities of silk, whether it was the raw silk versus the more finished polished silk. So it was really educational and very interesting to see how it came from raw material, went all through the dyeing process, weaving process, even, the design process of designing out those intricate designs that go on the saris. And it was just beautiful to watch and see. And then, of course, they dump you out in the showroom so that you can purchase these fine silk saris as well as other garments that they had available for purchase. So finally, I want to share the hotel that we stayed at in Mysore. It was called the Ginger Mysore Hotel. Ginger is a budget hotel chain throughout most of India. They offer very simple but comfortable accommodations. There are no frills. They do usually have a small cafe in the lobby for you to take advantage of, usually offer free Wi-Fi, but they're very clean, modern, not a traditional looking hotel whatsoever. It is a very, like I said, clean, modern, I believe everything is white in there and then red. So, but it was very comfortable for our stay, exactly what we needed for a couple of nights. We had no issues with that hotel whatsoever. I highly recommend it. I'll put the link in the below so you can go check it out. But in any case, Ginger Mysore Hotel was a great option. Like I said, I think it's about 3-star, and it is a chain, so they have them throughout India, and it's a good option no matter where you're staying in India. That is all I have for you today, Travel Nation, but give me that thumbs up. Consider subscribing. It helps me grow my channel. I love your feedback and comments. Let me know where you'd like me to take you next and how you would like to see my videos change. But don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Travel Nation, thanks again for joining me. I'll catch you next time on the Traveling Chzhed. See ya.